What's going on, everybody? Today I want to talk to you guys, and the thing I want to talk to you guys about today is this concept that I kind of came up with. And the concept is, it's not something I came up with, it's just something I intuitively know, is that feeling better doesn't mean you're getting better. I'll say that again. Feeling better doesn't mean you're getting better. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because over the last 2 weeks, I've gotten a lot of DMs. And the main ones being from people that have done my long formatted stretch videos, my long formatted guided releases, where they tell me that while they're doing the meditation, while they're doing the stretch, and as I'm guiding them and I'm allowing them to experience their repressed emotions, repressed trauma, the sensations it creates within the body, oftentimes what ends up happening is throughout the day, as they go about their day, they start experiencing it more and more. So for instance, I had one woman, she did the diaphragm release that I did not too long ago. And she said after she did it, she told me that she got really, really angry. Like when she was pressing into her diaphragm, she got super, super angry. And unfortunately, the anger stood with her throughout the course of the day. And she says it sucks because she has a lot of appointments that she has to do. I believe she's probably a coach herself. And to be carrying around that anger is not good. And my response to her, I don't think I responded this way to her because it's really, really hard to respond accordingly through DMs without being, misrepresented. Because, a lot of times you could write something and they read it in a different tone. But my response to it would be that you're carrying that around anyway. You're just not aware of it. So by doing my practices, doing my stretches, my guided releases, as you do this, of course, stuff is going to come up. And then throughout the day, while you're going, you're going to become more aware of it. And this is something I taught in my anxiety release breakthrough system is on the first week of the course, I warned them. I tell everybody, I say, hey, this is before day one. This is the intro video. I said, hey, this is awareness week. You're going to become aware of what's you're storing, what you're holding on to. And because you're becoming aware of it, you're going to actually think you're getting worse. When the truth is you're not getting worse. You're just aware now how bad you actually are. Because when you're not aware of it, these things, these repressed emotions, these suppressed feelings, this suppressed trauma, let's say, they secretly control every decision you make. I'll give you an example. Let's say you have anger towards your ex. Let's say your ex's name is Johnny. And somebody invites you to a party. And this person that invites you to the party happens to be an associate with Johnny. You're already planning on how to respond to this person by saying, hey, you're like asking them indirectly, hey, is Johnny going to be there? And you actually want to go to the party, but if Johnny's going to be at the party, because you're mad at Johnny, you don't want to go, right? So let's say you ask them and this person says, no, Johnny's not going to be there. You say, all right, fine, I'll go to the party. However, if that person would have said yes, then you wouldn't go to the party, even if you wanted to go. So your anger towards Johnny, your anger towards your ex is secretly controlling what you do. Now, let's say this person says, no, Johnny's not going to be at the party. Now you're at the party. And you're at the party and you're dancing and you're having fun. And all of a sudden you hear somebody say, Johnny, what's going to happen to you? Immediately you're going to seize up. And your body's going to tighten up. And then you turn around and you realize it's not your Johnny. It's some other Johnny. But now the fact that you heard that name actually ruins your night. Because now you're thinking about Johnny. Your Johnny. Your ex. And this stuff that we carry inside, if we don't allow ourselves to actually experience it. Now, we're not trying to express it. We're not trying to suppress it. And expression to me is actually worse than suppression these days. When you express a feeling, and a lot of people disagree with me here. A lot of people disagree with me. They always say that you have to be able to express yourself. And my response to that is yes, you have to be able to express yourself, but you are not the feeling. You are not the feeling. And a lot of times when you express a feeling, it's actually the feeling doing the expressing. So what you got to learn how to do is actually learn to experience this stuff and realize, yes, when you initially start doing this work, you're going to feel bad. You're going to feel horrible. So for instance, if you're doing my anxiety release breakthrough course, you're probably initially going to feel a little bit more anxious. Or at least you think you are. But the thing is, you're just becoming more and more aware of how bad you actually are. It's like those that I teach, I teach a lot of meditation to people, and they tell me when they meditate, they can't meditate because their mind actually gets worse when they meditate. And my response to that is no. Your mind's not getting worse as you meditate. You're just becoming aware of how bad your mind actually is. So, what do we got to do? We got to learn to be okay. We got to learn to be okay with feeling bad. We got to learn to get comfortable feeling uncomfortable. And it's not the version that most self-development teachers talk about. Usually when people talk about get comfortable being uncomfortable, what they mean by that a lot of times is they're going to say you're going to fight with being uncomfortable. No. We're not trying to fight being uncomfortable. We're trying to accept being uncomfortable. And how do we know we're uncomfortable? A lot of times, I would say 99% of the times, this is why I love somatic stretching, is you experience it in your body. So it's not the thoughts that actually bother you, because you could think negatively. Let's say you start thinking negatively. Like if I say, I hate myself, I am angry, but it doesn't create any type of sensation in my body, I'm okay. It's when we start saying these things and it starts to create a sensation. So you have to understand that we have all of this stuff stored in our body. We've suppressed it because we've been told that it's not okay to feel bad. What I'm telling you, and this is what I'm hoping to share to the world, is that it's okay to feel bad as long as it's in the path of healing. Because initially when you do something, you're going to feel bad. It's new. You're practicing. All of these routines that I present to you guys, it's all practice. This is basically how you work out your emotions. It's very, 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 very similar to when you first go to the gym. When you first go to the gym, when you first start working out, the first 2, 3, 4 weeks, the next day, more than likely, after you work out, what's going to happen? You're going to feel sore. But us, as humans, we expect to be sore. So we take it as a pride. We're like, oh yes, I'm sore. I worked out. Even though it hurts and I'm in pain and I feel like crap, I know I did the workout yesterday and that's why I'm feeling sore. It's the same thing here. When you do this work, this somatic work that I'm teaching, these guided releases where we're going deep into the shadow, into your unconscious. We're allowing all of that garbage that we have stored inside of us to come up. The next day or two, you're gonna feel a little bad because you're going to become aware of when this stuff is coming up, because doing these sessions is not going to get rid of it all. The only time you can actually get rid of it all is in actual life. And I love using this example. How do you practice this stuff? It's easy. It's very, very easy. It's very, very simple. Just nobody does it. If you're driving a car, I love this example. If you're driving a car and somebody in front of you is driving 5 miles below the speed limit, and it's a 1-lane highway, and the anger comes up to beat the horn at the guy, to scream at the guy, even though he's not going to hear you, to do something, don't. Just allow the feelings and sensations to be there. Experience it fully. Become aware of it. Accept that it's there. Don't resist it. Relax into it. That doesn't mean, when I say relax into it, I mean you. You could relax. You're the watcher. So when you relax into it, that doesn't mean the feeling itself is actually going to relax. It might actually get worse, because what I'm talking about right now, more of it might actually start to come up. But realize that you're going to be okay. A famous comedian just recently said, I'm not going to name who the comedian is because he's a little controversial, but he said, I watched him on the podcast, he said a very, very cool thing. He said that A feeling isn't going to kill you. A bad feeling is not going to kill you. However, avoiding a feeling will. Because when you avoid these feelings, when you avoid these suppressed emotions, that's stored energy inside of you. Whether or not you believe in energy, whatever. But trust me, you're storing stuff in there. It's going to turn into other stuff that's more painful. Stuff like what? Heart disease, diabetes, liver problems, kidney problems, gallbladder problems. All of these issues that we know of. A lot of times we just think it's genetics. It could be, maybe. But a lot of times what I think it actually is just the fact that we've suppressed our feelings. We've shoved it down there. And now it's coming up and it's rotten. It's like rotten meat. It's like rotten eggs. Over time, it just continues to rot. It turns into other things. It turns into things like cancer. Now, I can't really prove this, but I have a pretty good hunch that this is what's going on. Okay? So what do? Accept the feelings as they come up. So the driver in front of you is driving too slow. Accept it. Yes, allow the anger to come up. Experience the anger. Watch it. How do you know you're angry? Oh, my jaw's clenching. My neck. All right, allow your jaw to clench. Allow your neck to get tight. And then relax. And then you're going to feel all of this stuff start to move. And then guess what? In time, the more you practice doing these things, the more you practice this work, eventually you're going to release it. And you're going to allow it to pass on through. But unfortunately, when you first start doing this work, you're going to feel bad. And I would advise you not to avoid it. I would advise you to go deeper. I would advise you to experience the feeling fully. And you could experience these feelings while you're working on your day-to-day life because they're there anyway. They're there anyway. You just distracted yourself from it. They're secretly controlling you. They're secretly telling you what to do. Every decision you make is around these suppressed feelings, the unconscious. Don't you want to be free? A lot of you guys DM me and you talk to me about wanting to be free, wanting to learn how to let go, wanting to learn how to release. And oftentimes I recommend things to people. And a lot of times it's my course. And of course, when you recommend the course and it costs $47, people kind of like, no, thank you. Like, all right, well, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm giving you literally a 4-week course, 28 days of content, 16 hours of actionable content that can actually teach you a system on actually learning how to release what's down there. Any negative emotion. And I'm very, very proud of this work. Very proud of what I do. Very proud of what I teach. Because now, not only for me, this work is great for me because I was a person who loved to control reality. Like right now, it's raining. I'm in the car, it's raining. I was supposed to be somewhere. It was an outdoor event. Now, 6 years ago, I probably would have made a fuss about it. Like, oh my God, it's raining. God, why me? I traveled 9 hours to get here. Now it's raining. The event is canceled. Oh my God, God hates me. Why did God do this to me? I spent all this money to come down here, to come to this special event. I've been waiting for this event. Now it's canceled. Boo-hoo. God hates me. When, in fact, it's just raining. It has to rain. Because the farmers right now, they're happy that it's raining. Because now their crops get to grow. So I've learned by doing this work, it's gotten me a lot better at just letting go. Just surrender. Like even as I do this talk right now, when I first hit the play button, I had no idea what I was going to say. Now, if this was me 6 or 7 years ago trying to make a video, I probably would have scripted out every line. I probably would have took 15 to 16 to 17 different takes, trying to get the exact line, try to control every single thing, try to make sure the lighting is good. I think I had the light on earlier. Everything. I would have tried to control everything. Where now, I just surrender. And it's a practice. Do I do it all the time? No, of course not. There's times where I try to control things. There's times where I try to control clients. There's times where I try to control my brothers. There's times where I try to control my mom and dad. There's times where I try to control my girlfriend and shape their decisions. But I've gotten better when I catch myself when I do these things. Because by trying to control reality, by trying to control another person, I'm creating a lot of tension in my body. And now, the more I become aware of this, and I'm excited because I'm only 35 years old. I'll be 36 in November, so next month. The fact that I've learned this now, because I know people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s that have not learned this work, have not learned how to surrender. You know, they say as you get older, you get bitter. That's because I believe that they haven't learned this work. They don't actually get wiser most of the time as people get older. They get more and more crankier, more grumpier, more bitter, because they have a preferred way reality is supposed to be. This is what I've been used to for 70 plus years. It better be like this. My coffee better be that way. My prescriptions, my medication better be the way I want it to be. And if it's not the way I want it to be, I'm gonna throw a fit. The kids, they better be at a certain noise level that I prefer. When in fact, now, me at 35, the fact that I'm learning this work, I'm learning to let go, I'm learning to surrender, and I'm hoping as I get older, I don't become bitter. And this work, man, that I'm teaching on this channel, particularly like the longer videos, the 18 to 20 minute videos where I guide you guys through stretches, it's so cool for me because we're not doing much. I like to say it's low energy but high awareness. And there's been a couple of people who've DM'd me and they say, yo, I've been doing yoga for years. How come I've never had the experience that I've had with you through your little 20-minute video where we're basically not even doing anything? Because what I'm teaching right now is low energy, high awareness, but high reward. You're learning to come in tune with your body. And you're getting to know intimately what's down there, what you've been suppressing, and what you actually have to release. And here's another key. You don't have to know why it's down there. Because a lot of people, they DM me, they say, oh, I have this trauma from when I was 4, from when I was 5, these things happened to me. And they know why they have this stuff. They just don't know how to release it. I personally, at this point, I don't care why you have this stuff. It's cool that you know. Because I used to do that work too. I used to try to discover why I was the way I was. But even when I discovered why I was so anxious all the time, it didn't help me. I needed a process. I needed a system to help me release this. And I believe I developed it. And the system that I've created recently, again, I'm going right to my course. It's a 4-step process. It's called the Anxiety Release Breakthrough System. Again, it's only $47. It's 4 weeks long. It's meant to release any negative emotion that you have. Yes, I'm mostly focusing on anxiety in this course, but you could adapt it to any emotion, whether it's shame, guilt, grief, apathy, fear, anger, craving, or even pride. If you adapt it to that stuff, and learn this 4-step process of release work, which starts with the body, which starts with becoming aware of what's actually going on. And again, it's low energy, high awareness practices. Each practice takes less time than a coffee break. There's 3 main practices: stretch routine, guided release, and what I call an anxiety disturbance exercise. The stretch routine lasts anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes. The meditation, again, 7 to 10 minutes. And then the disturbance exercise, you actually go out into the real world and cause yourself to get a little agitated. That way you can actually practice the 4-step process. And again, it's only $47. I know winter is coming. I know a lot of people get depressed during the winter time. But this is a program that will actually help you get better. It's not going to help you feel better immediately, but it'll actually help you get better. So if you're interested, please comment the word release and I'll DM you the info. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Please leave me feedback in the comments. See you next time. Peace.